Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball, back in general here in the Washington Commanders playbook, looking at Singleback ace slot. And I missed all of my videos last week, didn't upload a single video. I don't know what happened, didn't even think about it, didn't even post. But here we are back. Monday, well, we aren't really technically back. This is supposed to be Wednesday's video. I'm uploading it on Friday. We're making it up here. Double upload though. Defensive tip later tonight as well. So shout out all that stuff. I got that out of the way. I hope you didn't click off the video. And let's get into the offensive scheme here. Washington Commanders playbook. Single back ace slot. Love having two tight ends on the field. Just makes you versatile, right? Two tight ends on the field though makes you think you want to be able to run the ball. So we're gonna have our fair share of run plays here, but we're gonna have some pass plays here. We're gonna have some concepts that you're gonna be able to hit. So let's talk about the run game. We are going to have our inside zone and the wide zone. Run right, run left. You know, we talk about that a lot in these schemes. Just being able to have that at your disposal. The two runs left are going to be halfback power O and halfback dive. Pulling guards are just a mess. I'm going to match with nickel here just because I feel like most people are going to play nickel anyway. I feel like pulling guards, though, are just, sometimes it's great, sometimes they run into someone and it's great still, and sometimes it's just not good, and I don't like it. So we're going to avoid that, and I'm just going to have the halfback dive as my other option, as just a run up the middle, especially with Robinson, you know, a bruiser type of back. You know, you like to have that downhill run. So run game, we talk about it all the time, being able to have run right, run left, run up the middle. In this case as well, you're able to run where the defense isn't, right? And of course, with two tight ends, like we said, we want to establish a run. That's something we want to do. That's something we want to hit, right? We have these bigger bodies on the field. We want to be able to run the ball. Okay. So here, I mean, obviously they gotta. I mean, here you might want to throw the ball anyway because they have so many people in the box. But we're talking about the run game. They have a ton of people lined up over Logan Thomas over the right side of the field. So okay, that sounds good to me. Great block there by our slot. Comes down, cracks down. Run the ball left. Super simple, right? Here, right? Really not that many people. I mean, linebacker comes up into the over the left guard there. That's fine. Get a huge push. Of course, we get a shed, and he just kind of pops in the hole that we're going to go to. Then Hunter there, but again, very simple. We want to be able to have. I mean, that run right. Of course, you want to have a really good. Be able to get to that wide zone to the right. You really want to be able to have a really good run blocking tight end over there if you can. That does really help being able to, kick out wide on those DBs and stuff like that. Really becomes a mauler in the run game. But in terms of just, if you're playing reg, stuff like that, being able to get to this stuff is great. We do want to show you this run to the right one time at least. We at least want to show you that wide zone one time. Of course, they're going to bring down Harrison Smith. That's okay, though. We're still going to run the wide zone. Whenever they do bring a blitzer down like that, maybe you really feel confident in it. Of course, you really want to run left here. I want to emphasize that. You really want to run left. But sometimes, yeah, Harrison Smith, he's going to make a good play because he's blitzing there. But sometimes you can go on ahead and cut that up. Here we are just going to go ahead and run the wide zone here. Hopefully Logan Thomas can get his block. That's kind of the idea, right? Logan Thomas get his block. Right guard climbs to that second level, and then you have the one-on-one with the DB hopefully. And of course Logan Thomas doesn't quite hold it. Little bit of bad stick work there by me. But you get the idea. I really don't want to take too long in the run game. I've probably already taken too long in the run game. And it's very simple. Go run where they're not. Run where the hole is, and set yourself up with numbers. Literally, it's just numbers. If you have more bodies, you're gonna have and that's not to say if you have more bodies, you have more numbers, you have more, heavier players, whatever it is. That's not to say you're gonna have success on that every single time, but it gives you such a better chance if you have 4 blockers to their 3 defenders, or even a hat on a hat, 4 blockers to their 4 defenders. That's great. You have 4 blockers, their 4 defenders, no one to tackle the ball carrier, no one to tackle the runner. So very simple in the run game. I really just like to hash that out in every video because it's super basic, but it's just sometimes it gets away from you, especially in Madden. Not necessarily in real life football, but in Madden I feel like it gets away from you here. So we're going to start off with the pass game here in shallow cross, and all I like to do here is just put Logan Thomas, my other tight end, just on a drag. And I do like to point out here, I don't put him on a drag every time, right? Sometimes I do just leave this stock. Maybe you can hit that Logan Thomas drag over and over and over again in the pass game. Okay, that's cool. Leave him on that little sit route. Great. Sounds good. Put him on an in to kind of throw off that timing a little bit. Great. Anything to put crossers, anything like that. So, but we're going to be basically running mesh underneath with a curl by Samuel in the slot, and then you're going to have Terry McLaurin, attacking that. If you would have a middle field open look with 2 safeties up there, kind of attacking that, or if he gets that one-on-one, attacking man coverage over there. And of course, you can always block up your running back as well. I mean, whatever you want to do with that. Running mesh, though, underneath, you have the 2 tight ends. You want to read it quickly. You see man coverage like that. You go to your mesh underneath. Okay, great. Move on. Run it again here. This is one where maybe you want to leave Logan Thomas on that little sit route, on that little spot route, just because there's only, you see the guy with the M over his head, you see him as the Mike linebacker, he's the only guy in the middle of the field, okay? So we can really stress him by running, Logan Thomas right at him, and then go run Bates under him. That's going to put him on so much stress. He can't cover both of those guys, and of course I kind of picked the wrong guy anyway, but it's an easy completion either way. He can't cover them both. Super simple right there, right? Again, same kind of deal. 2 linebackers there. We're going to try to mix them up with our mesh underneath. Super easy to Logan Thomas kind of pass, let that back inside. Very nice. And I do like having the the B route right there, the slot route as well. We'll just kind of run it like this, because if you do get that well, actually you see him as and then if as a mic there. So if you do get him coming off the edge, you do have a really nice hot read as well, because that's where a lot of blitzes would come from, is in that slot. You do have a really nice, he just kind of runs to a spot, runs 10 yards down the field, turns around, boom. Really, here actually, I think they are blitzing from there as well. So let's just kind of block up our running back a little bit. They blitz into there, boom, throw the ball outside. A little bit exaggerated. If you have that other tight end on another drag there and you're running true mesh underneath, that does really pull those linebackers underneath even more. And we'll just kind of show you here. This linebacker right here, he would pull down even more if I had that other linebacker on, or that other tight end on a true drag route, kind of pull him down into like the 40 area, really opening up that window. But you pass lead it out, still pretty easy completion. Really like this underneath. Anytime you're running shallow cross, anytime you're running mesh like this, very, very nice play. Really like it out of the pass game here. Last one out of this scheme, though, is PA Scissors Flood. And again, I mean, we want to be able to, we kind of attack. We talk about this, again, almost in every single scheme. With the pass game here, we attacked the middle of the field more so here. We have Terry breaking over the middle of the field, B, your slot route kind of, turning around over the middle of the field. Of course, mesh working over the middle of the field. Here, we want to be able to get to it. We want to be able to get to that tight end corner out. We're trying to set up sail. Again, sail is just such a good concept, not only in real football, but in Madden as well. Just because you don't have, we don't have a bunch here, but you don't have bunch checks. You don't have, you have to, in Madden, you have to almost allocate more resources to that to stop this. Or you have to run over there and do it manually, right? Like, you have to go run with Bates on this corner route if you don't go put, you don't go put your purples go, 15 or 20 yards down the field. You have to go run over there and do that, or you have to go make an adjustment to go play these guys further and, put a purple with a light blue underneath. You have to do more to that. And it just stresses the defense. It stresses the defense in just, it's ways that are hard for, even just a common player to do. So you really got to play someone good to adjust, right? And I'm not saying that people don't adjust, but you got to play someone that knows what they're doing. And of course, that's going to win you probably like 50% of games right there. Just playing the guys that just don't adjust, right? So we can run this stock. We get man. Boom. We'll take that big hitter. We'll try that big hitter over the top with Terry. Of course, can't quite get it out there, but maybe you have route tech out there. Maybe you have something like that. Here, they're going to blitz us from that side. That sounds great. They want to blitz us from over there. Maybe you beat them with shallow cross over and over again. Sounds good. We're going to run a tight end right in your face. We're going to block up the running back. This is kind of another variation off this. Block up the running back. Put Logan Thomas on his drag there. And boom. You're running kind of the same thing. You're turning this into a sail with Thomas, trying to pull those guys down. Trying to feed that ball into Bates right here. And yeah, that's just not a good ball. That's just stupid. I told you what you should have done, and yeah, that's what you should have done, right? I throw a pick because I'm an idiot, and I got very greedy. But just hold on to the ball, sit in the pocket. 45 was in a blender; he had no idea. 24's back's turn. This is where the ball should go, right? That's where we were trying to set it up. They blitz from there. Here they actually might blitz from there again. We'll kind of set it up like that just one more time. Again, trying to pull it down. Here they actually give us man. They do give us a man blitz there. They lock us up anyway. And of course, having Bates, I'm not even sure. You probably want a little bit more agile guy than that out there running the routes for you, but that's okay. And of course, if you do want to send everybody out on a route, you can put Logan Thomas on a streak. Your first head in on a streak, kind of clear those guys out even more for Samuel, and maybe even McLaurin, kind of occupy a guy over there if you have those 2 safeties, or if you even have this 1 safety in the middle of the field. You give something like this, try to occupy those guys. If the tight end's gonna be that wide open, throw it even more in rhythm there, more in time. You're probably even going to pick up a little bit more yards after the catch there. So, you know, but very, very nice, right? You're working this, you're working the sidelines, you're working the middle of the field, and you're going to these concepts, these tried and true concepts that just work, right? I mean, some people even call them cheesy, right? You run these drags underneath and stuff like that. You're running, you know, you're running the corner routes and stuff like that. It's stuff that works. It's tried and true. And it's got to be in your schemes if, you know, just for that consistency piece, having a good run game and, you know, having passes you can just at least complete the ball and, you know, move the ball down the field along with, you know, a 2 tight end run game. So really like this scheme out of the Commanders playbook here. Super simple, but, you know, super, you know, you can really incorporate this into your offense very well. It's a good base formation to just kind of, you know, be able to lean back on and, you know, always have that in your back pocket kind of deal. So, like I said, like this one out of Commanders playbook. Appreciate you guys sticking with the channel, checking back to the channel. Go ahead, come back to the channel tonight if you're feeling it, you know, or over the weekend, you know, in between playoff football, stuff like that. Go ahead and check out the defensive tip, and yeah, we'll be back next week for more regular uploads, I guess. So appreciate you guys sticking around to the end of this one, and yeah, hope to catch you guys in the next one.